Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to create Toposolid for this project. To create Toposolid, we come to Massing and Site and we click on Toposolid. Either create from scratch or we create from import file. Here we're going to create from scratch. When you click on create from scratch, since I'm in 3D view, it should be in a level view. So first I come to level view. When you're in level view, then come to Massing and Site Toposolid and create from scratch. You can use these different shapes. I would use rectangular to create a toposolid like this. Once it created, click OK. And then come back to 3D view. You will see this toposolid. Here I would like to change this toposolid. Come to Toposolid Edit. And then here, duplicate this one. Would say Toposolid Site. Click OK. And now change the material. I would insert other one also. So this one, I would like to add grass. So now I don't have grass. I have grass down here. Click this vector and say Add. The grass will be added. And then once the grass added, select Apply. Okay, this will be applied. So then you can set the thickness of the grass part to 15 centimeters. Before changing the thickness of the ground part, I would like to change its material to soil or earth. Then say, okay, this part is earth. After that, I will assign a value of 1045 under the 15 centimeter grass layer. Finally, confirm the changes by saying, OK, apply. So once you make the change, you will see the toposolid. From here, you can adjust the texture to be either dark, a consistent color like this, or a realistic one. You can see how the toposolid has now been added. You can modify this toposolid by clicking on its perimeter. Double-click on it, and you can make changes. For example, if you want to curve a specific part of the perimeter, adjust it accordingly, and confirm by selecting Yes. The toposolid will then be updated. You can also select the toposolid and click Modify to make further adjustments. Click on any part where you want to make changes. For instance, if you want to increase this area, click here, and if you want to decrease another part, adjust it accordingly. You will then see a sloped toposolid. If you select Reset Shape, it will revert to its previous form. Again, I will click here and then select Modify Sub-Elements. When you select this part, you can enter the elevation value here. For example, if I enter a value for raising the surface, it will increase, as you can see. The elevation amount is also displayed in this section. When you click outside the toposolid, you will see that we have a sloped toposolid. If you click Reset Shape, it will revert to the previous form. Another thing you can do with the toposolid is add points to it. For example, I select the toposolid and choose Add Point. I would like to first add some points here, let's say at an elevation of 1000. I will add 2 points, and this will modify the toposolid. Next, let's create a section for this. I will go back to the level view, then select View, and create a section in this area. I would like to focus on this part to see the building as well. Now, you can see that I have a section view of this area with a sloped toposolid. Now back to the points. Select the toposolid and add points. Here, we have 2 options, along the surface, and absolute. To see the difference, let's reset the shape first and then add 2 points. First, I would like to add a point here at an elevation of 1000 to create a sloped surface. After adding the point, click Cancel twice. Now you can see that we have a sloped surface. Back in the 3D view, I would like to add another surface point at 1000. Next to this point, I will add another one, and on the left side, I will also add a point. You can see these 2 points. One of them is at 1783, and the other point, which was set at 1000, is almost at the same level as the previous point we had. One point is measured from the base, while the other is measured from the surface itself. This means that the along the surface option adds the slope value plus 1000, while the absolute option measures directly from the base. You can find more details about this difference on the Autodesk website, where it is also explained. The next thing you can do is reset the shape and go back to the 3D view to see the contours. Select the Toposolid and add points. Now you can see the contours. There are different contours, and you can also customize them by changing the color or thickness of the contour lines. To do this, select the Toposolid, go to Manage, and then Object Styles. In Object Styles, find the Toposolid. You will see 2 types of contours, primary contours and secondary contours, along with their thickness and color settings. You can also add a new contour line. For example, I would like to add a new one called Zero Line or Critical Area, any name you prefer. After adding it, set its thickness to 4 and change its color to red. You can also adjust the color type if needed. Then apply the changes by clicking OK. Once you select the Toposolid, go to Properties. In the Properties panel, you will see the contours. Now, I would like to add the zero line contour that I created earlier. To do this, click Insert, select Single Value, and choose the zero line contour. Then set the elevation, for example, 1200, and apply the changes by clicking OK. If you look at the topography, Toposolid, you will see the red line. If you want to change the line thickness, go back to the Toposolid settings in Object Styles, adjust the thickness to a higher value, apply the changes, and click OK. When you zoom out, you will see that this line is thicker than the others. Next, reset the shape back to the previous one. Now I would like to create a cut in the Toposolid. For example, for this wall, I will set the base offset to -800, lowering the wall slightly. Next, for the same wall, let's add a foundation. Go to the Level view, select the wall, then go to Structure and choose Wall Foundation. Now returning to the section view, we can see that the foundation has been created. However, the Toposolid currently overlaps with the foundation, and we need to cut the Toposolid around it. To cut the Toposolid, select Cut, then select the Toposolid, and afterward, select the wall. You will see that the Toposolid has been cut around the wall. Similarly, to cut the toposolid for the foundation, go to Modify, click on Cut, select the toposolid first, then select the foundation. Now you can see that the toposolid line follows the perimeter of the foundation. Similarly, go back to the 3D model, and then to level 1. Let's create a floor by going to Architecture Floor, and then pick the walls. I will select this wall, this one, and these walls. Okay, done. Now go to the section view. Here I have a floor, but the toposolid is cutting through it. To cut the toposolid, go to Modify, select Cut. Then first select the toposolid and then select the floor material, which could be concrete or something else. You will see that the toposolid has been cut around the floor. Back in the 3D model, you can see the toposolid, and we now have a foundation under the wall. We have also cut the toposolid for the floor. So far, we have created a toposolid, added points, reset its shape, and cut the toposolid. We will cover more information about toposolids in our future videos. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe now. Thank you.